JECC Test Word Deritives. By David Pai. 1. State N, VT, Statement N, 2. Special Adjective, especially Adverb Specialization N, Specialize V Specialized Adjective, Specialist N Speciality N, Specify VT, Specific Adjective, Specifically Adverb, Species N 3. Differ 6. Difference N, Different Adjective Differentiate V, 4. Appropriate Adjective Inappropriate Adjective 5. Staff N 6. Contradict VT. Contradiction N, Contrary Adjective, Contrast VT, N, 7. Claim N, VT, Claimant N Reclaim VT Reclamation N 8. Similar Adjective, Similarly Adverb, Similarity N, Assimilation N 9. Evidence N, Evident Adjective, 10. Major N Adjective 6. Majority N, 11. Further Adjective, VT, Furthermore Adverb. 12. Involve T, Involvement N, Revolve V. Revolution N. Revolutionary Adjective N. Revolutionize VT. Evolve VT. Evolution N, Evolutionary Adjective 13. Complete Adjective, VT, Completely Adverb, Completion N. Accomplish VT. Accomplishment N. 14. Suit V. N. Suitable Adjective, Suitcase N, 15. Person N, Personal Adjective, Personalize V, Personality N, Personnel N, 16. Accommodate VT, Accommodation N, 17. Economy N, Economic Adjective, Economical Adjective Economist N, Economics N. 18. Alter V. Alternative N, Adjective, Alternate Adjective, V. 19. Effect N, Effective Adjective Effectiveness N. Effort N, Effect VT, Affection N, Effective Adjective Affecting Adjective, Efficient Adjective, Efficiency N, Sufficient Adjective Insufficient Adjective 20. Experiment N, 6. Experimental Adjective Experimentation N, Experimenter N. Day 221. Approach N, VT Approachability N. 22. Previous Adjective, 23. Gene N. Genetic Adjective Genetics N. 24. Object N, 6. Objection N, Objective N, Adjective 25. Amount N. 6, 2. 26. Mean Adjective, VT N. Meaning N, Meaningful Adjective 27. Coal N. Coal mining N. 28. Quality N, Qualify V, Qualification N, Qualitative Adjective, 29. Medicine N. Medical Adjective, Medication N, 30. Term N, Termly Adjective, Terminology N. 31. Perform VT, Performance N, 32. Subject N, Adjective, Subjective Adjective. 33. Sense N, VT, Sensation N, Sensitive Adjective, Sensitivity N, Sensor N. Sensory Adjective, Census N. 34. Present N, Adjective, VT, Presence N, Present Day N. Presentation N, Presently Adverb, Represent VT, Representation N, Representative N. Adjective, 35. Particular Adjective, N, Particulate N. 36. Union N, Unify VT, Uniform N. Adjective Uniformity N, Unique Adjective, Unit N, United Adjective, Unity N, Universe N, University N. 37. Company N, A company VT. 38. Survey N, VT Surveyor N, 39. Count N, VT Account N, 6. Accountant N. Accounting N. Accountancy N, 40. Significant Adjective, Significance N, Signification N. 41. Organ N, Organic Adjective, Organism N, Organize VT, Organization N, Organizational Adjective Organizer N. 42. Position N, VT, Post N, VT, 43. Complex Adjective, N. Complexity N. Complicated Adjective, 44. Vehicle N, Vehicular Adjective, 45. Lone n, v, 46 access n, accessible adjective, accessory n, adjective, 47. Vision n, visual adjective, visional adjective, visible adjective, invisible adjective, visit n, vt, visitor n, 48. Warehouse n, vt 49, warrant n, vt, 50 speech n, day 351, situation n, situate vt, 52. Greenhouse n, 53, progress n, 6, progressive adjective, progression. n 54, pop n, adjective, popular adjective, popularity n. Populace n, population n, 55, temperature n, temperate climate n, temper n, 56, vary vt, various adjective, variety n, variation n, variable n, adjective, variability n, 57, impact n, vt, 58, facility n, facilitate vt, facilitator n, 59, form n, v, formal adjective, formality n, format n. vt, formation n, formative adjective, formulate vt, v, formulation n, former adjective, 60, potential adjective n, potentiality n, 61, sum n. Summary n, summarize vt, 62, thief n, theft n, 63, delta n, 64, necessary n, oi dot, necessity n. 65, describe vt, description n, describable adjective, 66, produce n, vt, producer n, reproduce v, reproduction n, product n, production n. Productive adjective, productivity n, 67, public n, adjective, publicize vt, publicity n, publish. 6, vt, publication n, publisher n, 68, academic. Adjective, academy n. 69, general n, adjective, generally adverb, generalize vt, generalization n. 70, physical adjective, physiology n, physiological adjective, 71, nickel n, 72. Issue n, 6, 73, therapy n, therapist n, 74, policy n. Politics n, political adjective, politician n, police n, adjective, 75, require vt, requirement n, requisite. Adjective, n, request vt, n, 76, success n, successful adjective, succeed 6, n, vt, successive adjective, succession n, 77. Stage n, vt, 78, community n, communist n, oi. Communicate v, communication n, communicative adjective, communicator n, 79, absence n, absent adjective, absenteeism. n, 80, origin n, original adjective, n, originality n, originate vt, 6, aboriginal adjective, aborigines n, day 481, create vt, creation n, creative adjective, creativity n, creature n, recreation n, 82, associate vt, v. Association n, 83, lingual adjective, linguistic adjective, linguistics n, linguist n, bilingual adjective n, 84, tradition n, traditional adjective, 85, divide v, division n, divisible adjective, 86, emit vt, emission n, 87, region n, regional adjective, 88, establish vt, establishment n, 89, commerce n, commercial adjective, commercialize vt. Commercialization n, merchant n, merchandise n, vt, 90, essence n, essential adjective. 91, tablet n, 92, surface n, adjective, 93, function n, v. Functional adjective. 94, nature n, natural adjective, naturalistic adjective, naturalism n, 95, finance n, vt, financial adjective, 96, coach n, v, 97, relate vt, relation n, relationship n, relative n, adjective, relatively adverb, 98, native n, adjective, 99 STEAM N6 100 Theory N, Theoretical Adjective Theorist N 101 Withdraw VT, 6, V 102. Sediment N, Sedimentation N 103 Principle N, AOI. 104 Institute N, VT, Institution N, Institutional Adjective Institutionalize V. 105 Character N, Characterize VT, Characteristic Adjective, N, 106 Destroy VT, Destruction N, Destructive Adjective, 107 Lead VT, N, Leadership N, Leading Adjective, 108 Apply VT, Application N. Applicant N 109 Endanger VT Endangered Adjective, 110. Marble N Adjective, 111 Value N, VT, Valuable Adjective, Evaluate VT, Evaluation N, Invaluable Adjective. 112 Series N, Serial N 113 Wheel N, 114 Extinct Adjective Extinction N 115. Machine N, Machinery N. Mechanical Adjective, Mechanism N, 116 Circle N, V Circuit N, Circulation N, Circumscribe VT, Circumstance N, 117 Example N, Exemplify VT, 118. Erode VT, Erosion N, 119 Athlete N Athletic Adjective Athletics N 120 Credit N VT Accredited Adjective. Discredited Adjective Credible Adjective Incredible Adjective Credibility N Day 5 121. Sake and For the Sake of, 122 Anthropology N Anthropological Adjective Anthropologist N 123 Society N, Social Adjective, Socialize V Sociology N Sociological Adjective 124 Add VT, Addition N, Additional Adjective 125 Carbon N Carbolic Adjective 126. Leisure N, 127 Concern VT, N, Concentrate V, Concentration N, 128 Rate N, VT, Ratio N 129. Reflect V, Reflection N, Reflex Adjective, N, 130 Proportion N, VT, Disproportionate Adjective 131 Contain VT. Container N 132 Direct Adjective, VT, Direction N, Director N, Directory N 133 Erupt VT Eruption N 134 Site N, VT, 135 Archaeology N Archaeological Adjective Archaeologist N. 136 Mold NV 137 Vote N, 6 VT, Voter N, 138 Occur 6, Occurrence N. 139 Private Adjective, Privacy N. 140 Analyze VT, Analysis N. Analyst N, Analytical Adjective. 141 Breed V, N. Inbreed VT, 142 Fuel N VT. 143 Pattern N, VT, Patterning N, 144 Extra Adjective Extraordinary Adjective, 145. Attempt N, VT, 146 Intelligent Adjective, Intelligence N, Intellectual Adjective, N 147 Annual N, Adjective, 148. Ensure VT, Assure VT, Assurance N, Ensure VT, Insurance N 149 Crystal Adjective N, 150 Disease N, 151 Positive Adjective, Adjective. 152 Motion N, V Motivate V Motivation N Motive Adjective, N, Motor N, Motorway N Motorist N 153 Victim N, 154 Press N, VT, Pressing Adjective Pressure N, Suppress V Depress V Depression N Oppress V Oppression N 155 Invent VT, invention n, inventive adjective. Day 6 156 structure and comma VT, infrastructure and construct VT, construction n, 157 measure n, VT, measurement n. Measurable adjective 158 demand n, v, demanding adjective, 159 continue v, continuity n, continuous adjective. Continual adjective, 160 hemisphere and 161 recycle v, n. 162 scheme n, v. 163 maximum n adjective maximal adjective maximize vt, 164 avoid vt, avoidance n unavoidable adjective. 165 survive v, survival n, survivor n. 166 charge n, v discharge vt, n. 167 real adjective, really. Adv reality n realistic adjective, realize vt, realization n. 168 lack n, vt. 169 identity n, identify vt. Identification n, comma. Identical adjective 170 approximately adverb. 171 habit n, habitual adjective. Habitat n, inhabit. VT, inhabitant n. 172 mass n. Adjective mass-produced adjective massive adjective, 173 customer n custom n. 174 image n, VT, imagine VT, imagination n, imaginative adjective, 175 critic n, critical adjective, criticize VT criticism. N criteria n criterion n, 176 courage n encourage VT encouragement n encouraging adjective discourage VT discouragement n. Discouraging adjective 177 contact n. VT, 178 super adjective superb adjective. Superior n, adjective, superiority n supersede VT supervise VT, supervision n, supervisor n, supervisory adjective, supreme adjective, 179 consume VT. Consumption n, consumer n consumerism n 180 pain n, panel n, 181 reason n. VT, reasoning n, adjective reasonable adjective 182 standard n, adjective standardize v 183. Volume n 184 crop n, VT, cropland n 185 diagram n. 186 plastic n, adjective. 187 respond VT, response n, responsible adjective. Responsibility n responsive adjective responsiveness n respondent adjective n correspond 6, correspondence n, corresponding adjective, 188 hypothesis. Hypotheses n. Hypothesize v hypothetical adjective 189 urban adjective urbanization n 190 apply VT, application n, applicant n. Day 7 191 advertise VT, advertisement n, 192 purpose n, VT, 193 document n, v. Documentary n adjective documentation n. 194 emphasize VT, emphasis n, 195 dam n v 196 period n periodic adjective, periodical n adjective. 197 cancer n cancer causing adjective n prospect n perspective adjective perspective n spectacular adjective n spectator n 200 vanish 6 201 serious adjective, severe adjective. Severity n 202 strategy n, strategic adjective 203 industry n, industrial adjective n industrialize v industrialization n. 204 deposit n, VT, 6 205 art n, artifact n artwork n, artist n, artistic adjective, artificial adjective, artificiality n, 206. Venture v adventure n. Adventurous adjective 207. Enable v 198. Believe vt, belief n, believable adjective 199. Expect vt, expectation n, unexpectedly adverb. Inspect v inspection n. Aspect 208. Ambiguous adjective ambiguity n. 209. Subsidy n. Subsidize v subsidiary adjective 210. Extreme adjective n. 211. Draw v n, drawing n, drawer n, drawback n. 212. Mental adjective 213. Generate vt, generation n, generational adjective, generative adjective. Regenerate vt 214. Whale n v whaling n. 215. Fiber n. 216. Mood n, moody adjective 217. 10-6. vt intend vt, intention n. Attend vt 6. Attendance n. 218. Contribute v, contribution n, attribute v n. Attribution n. Distribute v, distribution n. 219. Simulate vt, simulation n. 220. Concept n, conceive v, conception n, conceptual adjective. Misconception n. 221. Supply n, vt, supplier n. 222. Employ vt, n. employment n, employee n. Employer n. Unemployment n. 223. Adapt vt, adaptation n, adaptable adjective, adaptability n. Adaptive adjective 224. Project n v, projector n, projectile n. Adjective 225. Tech and technique n, technical adjective, technology n, technological adjective. Day 8 226. Define vt, definition n, definitive adjective, definite adjective. Definitely adverb 227. Decade n, 228. Local adjective, n. Localize v, localization n, locality n. Locate vt, location n. 229. Set v n, adjective, setting n, settle vt, n. Settlement n. 230. Furniture n. Furnish vt, furnishings n, furnace n. 231. Treat n vt 6. Treatment n, treatise n. 232. Cope 6. 233. Temperature n, temperate adjective, temperate climate n. Temper n, v 234. Health n, healthy adjective, heal v 235. Drama n, dramatic adjective, dramatically adverb 236. Property n, 237. Firm n, adjective, vt, firmly adverb 238. Button n, v 239. Architect n, architecture n, architectural adjective 240. Common adjective, n, commonwealth n. 241. Permit n, v permission n. 242. Part n, vt, adjective, partial adjective, participate 6. Participation n, participant n. Particle n, partner n, vt, partnership n. 243. Irrigate vt, irrigation n. 244. Current adjective n, currency n. 245. Frequent adjective, frequency n. 246. Real n, vt 6. 247. Relevant adjective, irrelevant adjective, 248. Tool n. 249. Convention n, conventional adjective, 250. Broad adjective, adverb n. Broaden v, broadcaster n, broadband n. 251. Prevent vt, prevention n. Preventative adjective, preventable adjective 252. Welfare n, adjective, well-being n. 253. Harm vt, n, harmful adjective, hazard n. Vt, 254. Volcano n, volcanic adjective, volcanologist n, equals volcanologist 255 exist 6, existence n, existing adjective 256 opportunity n, opportunist n, 257 orthodox adjective, 258 promote vt, promotion n 259. Solve vt, solution n, soluble adjective 260 atmosphere n, atmospheric adjective 261 feature n, vt, 262 hierarchy n, hierarchical adjective 263 larva n, larva n, larvae n, larva 264. Fragile adjective, 265 collect v, collection n, collector n, collective adjective n, day 9. 266 tiny adjective, 267 feed n, vt, feeding n, adjective, feedback n 268. Aim n, v. 269 advance n, v, adjective, advanced adjective advantage n, advantageous adjective 270 suffer vt, v. Suffering n, adjective, sufferer n 271 deal n 6, vt, out, dealing n, 272 scale n, vt large small scale. 273 indigenous adjective 274 indicate vt, indication n, indicator n 275 provide v provision n, provisional. Adjective provided conjunction 276 expand vt, expansion n, expansive adjective, 277 crucial adjective 278 incentive n adjective 279 vast adjective, 280 electricity n, electrical. Adjective, electron n electronic adjective 281 inform v, of about, information n, informant n, informative adjective, 282 exchange vt, n, 283 figure n, vt, 284 detail n, vt 285 ancient adjective, 286 melt v, 287 virtual adjective virtually adverb, 288 layer n, 289 spread n, v, spreadsheet n 290 ordinary adjective extraordinary adjective 291 oxygen n 292 negative n, adjective, vt, positive n oi. 293 tuition n, 294 initial adjective, n initially adverb, initiative n 295 purchase vt n 296 achieve vt, achievement n, 297 equip vt equipment n 298 fact n, factual adjective, factor n 299. Shift n vt, 300 found v foundation n, founder n vt, fundamental adjective n, 301 corpus n corpora n. Corpus 302 attitude n, 303. Permanent adjective, perpetuate v perpetual adjective 304 influence n, vt, influential adjective. Influenza n 305 recognize vt, recognition n. 306 spin v, n span n, v spin spun spin 307 cube n, cubic adjective, 308. Sign NV signal NV signify V 309 Atlas N 310 entertain VT, entertainment N, day 10 311 insect N pest N pesticide N. 312 favor N, favorable adjective, N favorite N, adjective. 313 indicate VT, indication N, indicator N 314. Apparent adjective, 315 temporary adjective contemporary N adjective. 316 maintain VT, maintenance N, 317 select VT. Adjective selection N, selective adjective, 318 phase N. 319 passive adjective 320 core n, 321 exhibit VT, n, exhibition n, 322 entire adjective, entirely adverb, 323 climate n, climatic adjective, 324 labor NV 325 steady adjective, v. steadily adverb, 326 intense adjective, intensive adjective, intensity n. 327 steel n, 328 trend n. 6. 329 slight adjective, slightly adverb, 330 fabulous adjective, 331 bottom n, adjective 6. 332 reserve n, VT, reservation n. Reservoir n 333 overcome VT, 6. 334 Mediterranean n adjective. 335 career n, 336 desire VT. n, desirable adjective. 337 fit n adjective, v, fitness n, fitting adjective. n, 338 follow VT, comma. n 339 combine v. Combination n, comma 340 fertile adjective, fertilize VT. Fertilizer n fertility n comma comma. 341 dolphin n 342 diverse adjective, diversity n, diversify v diversification n, 343. Stress n, VT, stressful adjective 344 sound n, adjective, 6. VT, 345 assist v, assistance n, assistant n adjective, 346 hence adverb, 347 estimate v comma n, 348 journal n, journalist n journalism n, 349. Release n, VT, 350 tunnel. n, 351 conduct n, v, conductor n, 352 protect VT protection n 353 behave 6, v behavior n, behavioral adjective behaviorist n 354 scan v comma n scanner n 355 oppose VT, opposition n, opposite adjective, opponent n. Day 11 356 item n, 357 restrict VT, restriction n, 358 attach VT, attachment n, detach VT, detachment n, 359 depend 6, dependence n, independence n, independent adjective, 360 phenomenon n phenomena and phenomenal adjective, 361. Audio adjective, audience n, auditory adjective, 362 express n. VT, expression n, expressive adjective, 363 consequence n, consequently adverb. Consequential adjective 364 doubt n, v dot, doubtful adjective 365 option n, optional adjective, 366. Assign VT, assignment n, 367 frame n, comma VT, framework n, 368 volunteer NV voluntary adjective, 369. Legal adjective, legislation and legitimacy n, 370 devote VT, devotion n, 371 apparatus n, 372 depart 6, departure n, department n, 373 stable adjective stability n stabilize v 374 clerk n, clerical adjective 375 class n, VT, classic n, adjective classical adjective, classify VT, classification n, 376 extend v, extension n, extensive adjective. 377 label n, VT, 378 isolate VT, isolation N. 379 predict V, prediction N, predictor N, predictable adjective unpredictable adjective 380 reside 6 residence N, resident N adjective, residential adjective 381 sustain VT, sustainable adjective. 382 observe VT, observation N, observer N 383 cottage N, 384 fund N, V, fundraising N 385 emerge 6, emergent adjective, emergency N. 386 mammal N 387 substance N, substantial adjective, 388. Capable adjective, capability N. Capacity N, 389 authority N, authorize V 390 literature N, literary adjective, literal adjective, literacy N literate N adjective 391 raw N oi dot, 392 auto N. Automatic N adjective, automatically adverb, automate V automation N automobile N 393 proceed 6, procedure N. Process N, VT, procession. N, processor N 394 operate V, operation N, operational adjective, operative adjective, operator N, 395. Context N DAY 12 396 prefer VT, preference N. Preferable adjective, 397 lung N, 398 sword N, V. 399 aggressive adjective aggression N, 400 brief N, adjective, VT 401 grant VT, 402. Module N 403 refer V, be referred to, as. Reference N, referral N, 404 fair adjective, N, fairly adverb, 405 instruct VT, instruction N, instructor N. 406 arrow N, 407 barrier N, obstacle N, 408 stereoscopic adjective 409 connect V, connection N, disconnect V, disconnection N 410 peak N, adjective VT 411 despite prep, 412 strong adjective, strength N, strengthen V. 413 ignore VT ignorance N ignorant adjective 414 consult V. Consultant N, consultation N, 415 sample N, VT. 416 distinct adjective, distinction N, distinctive adjective, distinctiveness N distinguish V. 417 harbor N, equals harbor, 418 journey N, V 419 scholar N. Scholarly adjective scholarship N, 420 colleague N, 421. Consider VT, consideration N, considerable adjective, considerate adjective 422 eligible adjective, eligibility N, 423. Induce VT, induction N, inductive adjective, 424 challenge NVT, challenging adjective 425 psychology N, psychological adjective, psychologist N psychic adjective psychiatrist N 426 reward N, VT, rewarding adjective, 427 profit N, 6, VT profitable adjective 428 myth N mystery N, mysterious adjective mystical adjective, 429 perception N, perceptual adjective 430 exploit VT, exploitation N, exploitative adjective, 431 explore V, exploration N, canal N 439 immediate adjective immediately adverb, immediacy. N 440 act N, 6, VT action N, VT, active adjective, activity N, activate VT exploratory adjective, 6, n, adjective, n, n, adjective nvnn. Adjective n adjective. N, adjective. 436 public n, adjective. Publicity n publicize vt publication n, publish v, vt dot, publisher n, 437. Cave nvt, 438 432 available availability 433 photograph photography photographer photographic photocopy photocopier photosynthesis photosynthetic photoperiodism 434 vital 435 elementary day13 activator and actual adjective actually adverb 441 plate and plateau n platform n 442 federal adjective. Federation n, 443 chart NVT charter VT, and 444 vanish 6, 445. Establish VT, V establishment n, 446 council n, VT, counselor n. 447 tradition n, traditional adjective, 448 vulnerable adjective. 449 conference n, 450 abandon VT, abandonment n 451 era n, 452 history n, historic adjective. Historical adjective, historian n prehistoric adjective, 453 scout n, VT, 454 peer n VT, 455 hire n, VT, fire n, VT, 6, firework and firefly n 456 probable adjective, probably adverb, probability n, 457 tongue n, v 458 random n, adjective, adverb 459 astronomy n astronomer n astronaut. N 460 metal n 461 guide n, VT, 6 guidance n, guidebook n guideline n 462. Escape n, 6, VT, 463 bias n, VT unbiased adjective. 464 desert n adjective, VT. 465 badge n, 466 accurate adjective, accuracy n 467 except VT, prep, exception n, exceptional adjective, 468 valid adjective, validity n, 469 sophisticated adjective, sophistication n, 470 tropic n, adjective, tropical adjective, subtropical adjective, 471 flop nv, floppy adjective, 472 punch nvt puncture nv punchline n 473. Status n, 474 attract VT 6, attraction n, attractive adjective, 475 fascinating adjective 476 investigate v. Investigation n, investigative adjective investigator n 477 demonstrate VT, 6 demonstration n, 478 outline n, VT, 479 arrange v, arrangement n. 480 pasture n, VDAY14. 481 eventually adverb, 482 silent adjective, silence n, VT. 483 obtain VT, 484 mark n v marked adjective remark n, VT, remarkable adjective, 485 launch n, VT, launcher n, 486. Tough adjective, adverb, toughen v, 487 enhance VT. V 488 Dutch n, adjective 489 confidence n, confident adjective, confidential adjective, 490 capture n, VT, captive n oi dot, 491 expert n, adjective, VT expertise n, 492 manufacture VT, n. Manufacturer n, 493 exhaust VT, 6n exhaustible adjective. 494 human n adjective, humanity n, humanist n. Humanistic adjective 495 devise VT. Device n, 496 narrow n. Adjective V 497 session n. 498 quantity n, quantitative adjective. 499 endure V, endurance n. 500 cattle n 501 vertical adjective n, 502. Cognize VT, cognition n cognitive adjective 503 complain V, complaint. N, 504 accident n, accidental adjective 505 sight n, insight n, 506 allocate VT, allocation n, 507 occasion n, occasional adjective. Occasionally adverb, 508 trigger VT, n 509 advent n, adventure V n adventurous adjective, 510 category n, 511 pollute VT, pollution n pollutant n contaminate V contamination n, contaminant n. 512 infect VT, infection n, 513 congest VT congested adjective congestion n, 514 adopt VT, adoption n, 515 fossil adjective 516 sharp n adjective, adverb, 517 fate n, VT, fatal adjective 518 pulse n. Impulse n, VT 519 personnel n, 520 luggage n, 521. Executive adjective, n 522. Domestic adjective, 523 encounter V, n 524 optimism n, optimistic adjective 525 rely V. Reliable adjective, DAY 526 cultivate VT, cultivation n, culture n, cultural adjective agriculture n 527 synthesis n. Synthetic adjective, 528 assume VT, assumption n, 529 ultimate. Adjective, n ultimately adverb, 530 cent n, VT, 6. 531 equivalent adjective, n, equivalence n, 532 recede V. Recession n, 533 compose V, composer n, composition n, component n adjective 534. Migrate 6, VT migration n, migratory adjective, immigration n, emigration n 535. Ecology n ecological adjective, ecologist n ecosystem n 536 fragment n, 537 primitive adjective, 538 viable adjective, viability n, 539 trivial adjective, 540 illustrate VT, 6 illustration n, 541. Terminal n, adjective, terminate V, terminator n 542 external. Adjective, n, 543 mini n minimum adjective, n, minimal adjective minimize VT, minute n, adjective, 544 just adjective adverb justice n judge n, VT, judgment n, judicial adjective, judicious adjective 545 brochure n 546. Offspring n, 547 innovate 6, innovation n, innovative adjective. 548 ancestor n, ancestral adjective, 549 regular adjective, irregular adjective, regularize VT. Regulate VT, regulation n, 550 stomach n, 551 handle n, VT, 552 endanger VT. 553 tense adjective, V, tension N 554 weapon N 555 commit VT, commitment N 556 convert VT conversion N converter N 557 immense adjective, 558 estate N 559 concrete adjective, NV 560 linen N, adjective 561 defect N, defective adjective N 562 secure adjective, V security N 563 threat N, threaten VT, threatening adjective, 564 landscape N, townscape N 565 diameter N 566 inspire VT, inspiration N, inspirational adjective 567 luxury N, luxurious adjective, luxuriant adjective, 568 utter adjective, VT, utterance N, 569 prime N, adjective, V primary adjective, 570 ritual N, adjective. DAY 16571 dominate V, domination N, dominance N, dominant adjective, 572 transform VT, 6. Transformation N, transit N, V, transition N, transmit VT, 6 transmission N, transfer N, VT, transference N, transcribe V, transcript N, transcription N 573 dredge N, V dredging N, dredger N 574 symbol N, symbolic adjective, symbolism N 575 order N, VT, orderly adjective, adverb. Disorder N, VT, disorderly adjective 576 noble adjective, N 577 delight N, V, delighted adjective, delightful adjective, 578. Glossary N 579 violence N, violent adjective, 580 brood N, 581 column N, 582 implement NVT, implementation N 583 embark V embankment N, 584 seed N, VT, seedling N, 585 confuse VT, confusing N confusion N, 586 dust NVT, dusty adjective 587 agenda N 588 wobble N, VT, wobbling adjective, 589 chess N 590 fume N, V, perfume N, VT. 591 juvenile adjective, N 592 abuse N, V, abnormal adjective, 593 rehabilitate V, rehabilitation N 594 minor N oi dot, 6 minority N, 595 towel N, 596. Consensus N, 597 suppose VT, conjunction, 598 neural adjective 599 prey N, 6, predation predator N, predatory adjective, 600 thermostat N thermosetting adjective 601. Enormous adjective 602 value N, VT, valuable adjective, evaluate VT, V evaluation N. Invaluable adjective 603 pale adjective, VT 604 allergy N, allergic adjective 605 comprehend VT, comprehension N, comprehensive adjective, 606 optics N optical adjective, 607 destination N destiny N. 608 logic and logical adjective, 609 ambition N ambitious adjective, day 17 610 deliver VT delivery N 611 simple adjective, simplicity N, simplify VT, simplistic adjective 612 discipline N, V disciplinary adjective. 613 refine VT refinery N 614 equal adjective, N, VT, equality N, equation N, equity N equivalence N, equivalent adjective, N 615 studio N, 616 crime N, criminal N, adjective, 617 reject N. VT, rejection N refuse VT N, 618 democracy and democratic adjective, 619 recruit VT, N, recruitment N 620 nevertheless adverb, nonetheless adverb, 621 pseudo adjective, 622 familiar adjective, unfamiliar adjective, 623 edit VT, N addition N editor N, editorial N adjective, 624 textile N adjective texture N, 625 cure V, N, curative. Adjective N curious adjective, curiosity N 626. Promise VT, N, promising adjective, 627 very adverb, adjective verify VT verification N 628 herb N herbal adjective herbalism N herbalist N. Herbivore N 629 engine N, engineer N engineering N 630 grass N grassy adjective, grassland N. 631 pile N, VT, 632. Monitor N, V 633 fruit N, 6 fruitful adjective. Fruitless adjective fruition N. 634 recommend VT, recommendation N, 635 rational adjective, rationality N rationale N 636 assess VT, assessment N 637 compete 6, competition N, competitive adjective competitor N 638 mathematics N mathematical adjective, mathematician N 639 pure adjective, purify VT purity N, 640 greet VT, greeting N, 641 prove VT, proof N, VT. Proofreader N 642 interior adjective, N internal adjective, exterior adjective, N, external adjective 643 string N, V 644 anticipate VT, V, anticipation N, 645 mine N VT, mining N, mineral N, 646 emotion N, emotional adjective, 647. Subterranean adjective 648 wealth N, wealthy adjective, N 649. Tolerant adjective tolerance N, 650 651 landmark N, 652 speculate 6, speculation N. 653 guarantee N, VT, 654 sell N, 655 idea N. Ideal N adjective, idealistic adjective, 656 immune adjective 657. Chief N, adjective, 658 reveal VT, 659. Renaissance N, 660 senior adjective, N junior N, comma adjective, 661 imply VT, implicate VT, N implication N, 662 force N, VT, enforce VT, enforcement N, 663 gratitude N. Grateful adjective 664 iron N, VT, irony N, number N, V, numerous adjective, numeracy N, day 18 ironically adverb 665 sympathy N, sympathetic adjective, 666 invest V investment N investor N 667 office N, officer N, official N, adjective. 668 arrow N, 669 comet N 670 lobby N, 671. Chain N, VT 672. Mushroom N 6, adjective, 673 shell N, VT. Shelter N, V, 674. Consist 6, consistent adjective, consistency n, persist 6. Persistent adjective, persistence n, insist v, insistence n, insistent adjective 675, absorb vt, absorption n, absorbing adjective 676, finite adjective, finitude n, infinite n, adjective 677. Durable adjective 686, interpret v, interpretation n, interpreter n, 687, vegetable n, adjective, vegetation n, vegetative adjective, vegetarian n, adjective 688, calculate v, calculation n, calculator n, 689, exceed vt, 6 excess n, adjective, excessive adjective, 690, fiction n, 678, notion n, 679, respect n, vt. Respectable adjective, respectful adjective, respective adjective, 680, scene n, scenic adjective, scenery n, scenario n. 681, silly adjective, 682. Contract n, v, 683, multiple adjective n, v, multiply v, multimedia n, multiculture n, 684, compound n, adjective v, 685, during prep, duration n, exclude vt, exclusive adjective, include vt, inclusive adjective 691, tremendous adjective, 692, wild adjective, wilderness n, 693, tribe n, tribal adjective, 694, wage n, 695, convenient adjective, convenience n, day 696, bacteria n, bacterial adjective 697, struggle n, 6, vt 698, repute n, v, reputation n, reputable adjective 699, shallow adjective, 700, angle n, 6, triangle n, 701. Adequate adjective, inadequate adjective, 702, plain n, adjective, adverb, explain v, explanation n, 703, station n, vt, stationary adjective, static adjective, stationary n, 704, flexible adjective, flexibility n, 705, empirical adjective, 706, military adjective, militant adjective, 707, engage vt, 6, engagement n, 708, invade vt, invader n, invasion n, 709, license n, v, 710. Poor adjective, poverty n, poverty-stricken adjective, 711, neighbor n, neighborhood n, neighboring adjective, 712, comment n, 6, commentary n, commentator n, 713, obvious adjective, 714, long adjective, 6. Adverb, n, length n, lengthen v, 715, exact adjective, exactly adverb, 716, inquiry n, inquire v, inquiry n, inquire v, 717, title n, vt, entitle vt, entitlement n, 718, fluctuate 6. vt, fluctuation n, 719, regard n, vt, regarding prep, regardless adjective, 720, address n, vt, 721, obey v, obedient adjective, obedience n, 722, oblige vt, obligation n, obligatory adjective, 723, pose n, v, dispose vt, disposal n, disposable adjective, propose vt, proposal n, 724, sequence n, sequent adjective, subsequent adjective, subsequence n, 725, certain adjective, certify v, certificate n, certification n, 726, narrate v, narration n, narrator n, narrative adjective n, 727, arouse verb, arousal n, 728. Orient N adjective, VT, oriental N adjective, orientation N, 729 way VT, 6. Weight N, weighty adjective 730 subtle adjective, subtlety N, DAY20 731 firm N adjective, VT, 6, adverb, confirm V, confirmation N, 732 skeptical adjective, skepticism N, skeptics N, 733 chamber N, 734 liquid N, adjective, solid N. Adjective, solidify V. 735 capital N, adjective, capitalism N, capitalist N, adjective 736 battery N, 737 curve N, V, 738 integrate VT, integral adjective, integration N, 739 chaos N, 740 deem V, 741 trap N, 6, VT, 742. Purple adjective N, 743 hatch N, VT, 6, 744 deplete VT, depletion N, 745 candidate N, 746 voyage N, 6, VT, voyager N, 747 ash N, 748 flood N, VT, 6 flooding N, 749 data N. Datum, database N, 750 absolute adjective 751 abstract adjective, NVT abstraction N, 752 abundant adjective abundance N, 753 accelerate VTV accelerating. Adjective 754 accumulate V, 755 acquire VT acquisition. N, 756 adjust VT adjustment N, 757 administer VT administration N, administrative adjective administrator N, 758 admit V. Admission N, 759 adopt VT. Adoption N, 760 advise VT. Advice N, advisable adjective advisor N, 761 advocate. N, VT advocator N, 762 alarm NVT, alarming adjective alert adjective NVT 763. Allow VT allowance NVT, 764 amateur adjective, N, 765 amaze VT. Amazing adjective 766 announce VT announcement N, 767 anxious. Adjective anxiety N, 768 appoint VT appointment N, 769 appreciate VTV appreciation N, 770 approve VT. Approval N, disapprove V, 771 assemble VT, assembly N, 772 blame 6. VT, 773 block N. VT 774 blow V. Blowhole N. 775 border N. Boundary N, day 21 776. Budget N. 6. 777 com. Adjective NVT. 778 campaign N, V campaigner N, 779 cease V N, 780 civil adjective, civilization N, 781 client N, customer N, 782 clue NVT, 783 cooperate V cooperation N, cooperative adjective N, coordinate adjective N, VT coordination N, coordinator N, collaborate V collaboration N, collaborative adjective 784 coherent adjective coherence N, 785 comedy N, comedian N, tragedy N, 786 committee N, commission N, 787 compare VT comparison N, comparable adjective comparative adjective N, 788 compensate VT V compensation N, complementary adjective, 789 comprise VT, 790 conflict N, V afflict. VT 791 estimate V, N, underestimate V 792 conscious adjective consciousness N, 793 constitute VT constitution N, 794 convince VT, conviction N, 795 convey VT, 796 corporation N, corporate adjective incorporate adjective, V, incorporation N, enterprise N, entrepreneur N, entrepreneurship N, 797 debate NV, 798 declare VT, declaration N, 799 dense adjective density, 800. Deprive VT, deprivation N, 801 detect VT, 6 detective N, adjective 802 determine V, determination N, 803 diminish V, diminishing 804 discard VT, 805 discriminate V, discrimination N, 806 disrupt V, disruption N, disruptive adjective, 807 distort VT, distortion N, 808 divide V, division N, dividable. Adjective 809 elect VT, election N, elective adjective, N 810 eliminate VT, elimination. N, DAY 22 811 encyclopedia N 812 enroll VT, 6, enrollment N, register N, VT dot, 6, registration. N registrar N, 813 error N, erroneous adjective 814 exaggerate V, exaggeration N, exacerbate VT, 815 explode V, explosion N. Explosive adjective, N, 816 fan N, VT, fancy adjective, VT, N, fantasy N, fantastic adjective, 817 fierce adjective, 818 vacuum N, adjective 819 flat adjective, adverb, N, V, 820. Flow N, 6, VT, flow chart N, fluent adjective, fluency N, fluid N, adjective, 821 fulfill VT, 822 gallery N, 823 heritage N, inherit VT, inheritance N, 824 hesitate V, hesitation N, 825 urge VT, N, 6 urgent adjective, urgency N, 826 indispensable N, adjective, 827 infant N, adjective, 828 genius N, ingenuity N, 829 ingredient N, 830 injure VT, injury N, 831 install VT, installment N, installment. N, 832 instinct N, instinctual adjective 833 intervene 6, interval N, interfere 6, 834. Laser N, 835 lexical adjective lexicographer N, lexicographical adjective 836 liberty N, liberate V, liberation N, liberal N, adjective, 837 magnetism N, magnetic adjective, 838 mature adjective, VT6. Immature adjective, premature adjective, 839 mix V, N, mixture N, 840 modify VT, modification N, 841 moral adjective, N, virtue N, 842. Negotiate V, negotiation N, 843 note N, VT, notable adjective, notice N, V. Noticeable adjective, notify V, notification N, 844 nutrition N, nutritional adjective. Nutrient adjective 845 occupy VT, occupation N, day 23 846 orbit N, VT, 6, orbital adjective 847 pack N, VT, V. Package N, 848 patent N, adjective, VT, 849 possess VT, possession N, 850 precise adjective, N. Precision N, 851 prescribe V, prescription N, 852 prior adjective, N. Adverb priority N, 853 pursue VT, pursuit N. 854 question N, V, questionable adjective questionnaire N. 855 quote VT, quotation N. 856 radio NV, radiation N, radius N, 857 range N. VT, 6, 858 rational adjective, rationality N, 859 resemble VT, 860 retail N, adjective V. Adverb retailer N, 861 revive V, revival N, 862 rough adjective, V. Adv. 863 secret N, adjective secrecy N, secretary N, secretarial adjective, 864 seal N, VT, 865 separate adjective, V, separation N, 866 span N, V. 867 starve VT, 6 868 statistics N, statistical adjective, 869 stimulate VT, V, stimulation N, stimulus N, stimulant N. 870 store VT, N, storage N, 871 substitute N, V. Substitution N, 872 supplement N, V. Supplementary N, adjective 873 surrender VT, 6, N, 874 symptom N, 875 tour N, V, tourist N, tourism N, 876 toxic adjective, 877 trace N, VT, 6, track N, VT, 6, 878 zoo N, zoological adjective. JECC test word derivatives by David Pai.